What's going on, guys? Shaggy Games here, and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 19. But today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing a test on the effectiveness or efficiency of the different types of feed for pigs. I've seen a lot of tutorials on pigs with seasons as far as which breeds are better, how fast they grow, how much it costs to feed them. But I haven't really seen anything or even been able to find anything on forums as far as what is the efficiency percentage of feeding them the different types of feed, and do you really need to feed them all three, i.e. pig food, in order to make money off of it? Because anybody that's following my series right now knows that I'm a small animal farm, and the only way for me to make money is from my animals. So with that being said, I don't have a big farm right now, and we do not have everything to produce all three types, but I want to get pigs. So I've done a bunch of research and I wasn't able to find an answer, so I decided to make a video and test it myself, for not only me but for anybody trying to find out. So just to explain a little bit, we'll go to the animals menu, and I don't have a cow enclosure here, but just like here with cows, there's three different levels of food. But in order to achieve 100% efficiency, you only have to feed them the top tier, which would be TMR. Cows, that is. Give them straw, water, and keep them clean. Now with pigs, I know in the base game there was 4 different types here. Seasons changed it a little bit, but you had to feed them all 4 in order to get maximum efficiency. And that's probably the same case here, but I'm interested to know how efficient will it be with only one, or only this one, or only corn. So if we take a look here, we've got 5 pig pens. The furthest one away from us here is the one we're going to be feeding the low tier food, which will be canola. It can be soybeans, canola, or sunflowers. I just happen to have canola in the trailer. So we'll be feeding these only canola, and then moving from left to right, this one will be the mid-tier food, which is wheat or barley. We have wheat, I believe. And then to the right here, we will be feeding the top tier food, which is corn. And then we move to the back row, and on the left side we will be feeding all 3, which is pig food. I've got the trailer loaded down with pig food, which will fill up all 3 bars. And all 4 of these we will not be using straw. This is for all the farmers out there that don't have the equipment or don't want to produce all the requirements to do pigs at their highest level, but still want to get started. So all 4 of these will be without straw. This back one on the left will be pig food, and then just for the added bonus, over here on the back right, we'll be doing pig food, and we'll also be adding straw, just to see if we can get that 100% efficiency and see how fast they will grow. And as far as water goes, we'll be keeping the water filled. I know a lot of people like to use the water pump that comes with Seasons, and I have not tested this myself, but I'm not sure if you get the maximum potential out of it because it does not keep it full. We have the extended animal pens mod, so the plumber is on the way, and we'll be installing pipes for us to fill our water trough up all the way every single day. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward time to one day ahead, and then we'll purchase all of our pigs, get all the food troughs, water troughs filled up, and the one hay trough, or put the hay, I keep saying hay, sorry, straw in the bedding on the back right. So let me fast forward time real quick and we will be right back. Alright, we've got everything lined up. Our water pumps or plumbing has been installed. We did have to fast forward through 2 full days to do it, but as we go through this series, I'm going to put through this video, I'm going to put a day number down somewhere at the bottom of the screen so you know how many days have been passed. And we'll be monitoring their health level and how much they have grown. So we are going to be using, I can't remember what the name of the breed is, we'll go look right now. But we're going to be growing the piglets, the meat pigs, that way we don't have to deal with them reproducing. We'll just be monitoring how fast they grow and their health, effectively checking the efficiency of the different food types. So that's the one that grows slow and it's cheaper, and then this one is the one that grows faster. So we're going to do this one even though it costs a little bit more, and we're going to do 5 in each pen. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these bought, get them fed. If you look right now, they're at 57 pounds. So let's go ahead and get 5 in each pen, get them fed, watered, and straw in the one pen where we're doing everything. And we'll be right back. Alright, so we've got them all taken care of, and just to keep things fair, I want to note that we do have time set to 0 right now. So to the game, all 5 of these pens got watered and fed at exactly the same time. So let's go ahead and open up Seasons menu, look at our cows. Alright, the one at the top of the list is the corn, 57 pounds. We've got corn and water, and that's it. This one they're out of order here, but this one has everything. This is the pig food with the straw. Then the third one is the middle tier food. This one is the pig food without the straw, and the bottom one is just the bottom tier food. So everything's set up, ready to go. We're going to go ahead and fast forward through 1 full day. If the food lasts that long, if any of them start to look like they're getting low on food, I will make sure that I fill it up. But they should last 2 full days typically. I'm not sure how it works when you only feed them 1, but we're getting ready to find out. So here we go. And now we are on day 2. We've fast forwarded right at 24 hours. So we'll open up our Seasons menu once again, and we'll start with the bottom tier food. They are at 31% health and have grew to 79 pounds from 57. Then we'll move to our middle tier food. They are also at 31% health and 79 pounds. Interesting. It's not what I expected. Then we'll move to our top tier food, corn. They're at 50% health and 89 pounds. So we definitely do see an increase in efficiency there. Then we'll move to the pig food without straw, which is this one. They're at 82% health and 104 pounds, so a very big increase. And then last but not least is the pig food with straw. They're at 85% health and 105 pounds, so just slightly better than without the straw. Very interesting results so far. So we're seeing 50% there, and then the two lower tiers 30%. Okay, well, let's keep it going. I'll go ahead and top off everything, make sure the pens are clean, and move forward to day 3. See you in just a minute. And now we are in day 3 at the same time, 12 o'clock noon. We'll go back in and look once again. We'll start at the bottom. Their health is 30%, so it hasn't moved much. They are at 99 pounds now. Go to the wheat / barley, and they're still at 30% and at 99 pounds, so still going the same way. Then we'll move on to corn, still at 50% as expected, and at 121 pounds now. So to the pig food with no straw, 84%, 158 pounds, and pig food with straw, 89%, 161 pounds. So with the straw is gaining a little bit of ground. And we are starting to notice a little bit of difference in output as far as slurry is required, but I want to say that probably has to do with the size of the pigs. So if you look at our bottom tier food only, we're at 372 liters of slurry. The mid tier is 372, and then the corn is 387. It's not much of a difference, but it is a little bit different. And then if you look at the pig food without straw, is 410, so a pretty significant difference there, which again I think goes hand in hand with how much they weigh. And then with the straw, interestingly enough, I would assume that you would output the same amount of manure as you would slurry. It just depends on whether you're using straw or not. But from the looks of this, it's cut almost in half. So we've got 410 liters of slurry with pig food no straw, and then if you look at pig food with straw, we've got 240 liters. Now that might make a big difference for you, depending on if you plan on using your manure or slurry for fertilization, or even for a second source of income, such as selling it at the BGA. Which is quite interesting, and you're not really getting that much of a performance increase as far as weight goes. We're only 3 pounds different so far in this test, with or without straw. It's a pretty significant difference when you look at the different types of food. But let's go ahead and keep going. It is now day 4, and I'm expecting to see probably the same results once again. Up until now, the cleanliness has stayed at 100% on its own, and I'm not sure why, but now we've got a few that are not quite clean, so I don't know if that's going to play a factor or not, but we'll definitely keep up the cleanliness. So bottom tier food, still 30%. now at 118 pounds. Mid-tier food, still 30%, 118. So it looks like we're getting really consistent results. If you feed them one or the other of, I'm going to start calling them both bottom tier foods now, because they both do the same thing. And then you go to top tier food, which is corn, and we're still at 50% and 153 pounds. So we're seeing a pretty significant increase in growth rate going from the bottom tier foods to corn. And then we look at pig food, all three, without straw, 213 pounds, 86% health, and with straw, 220 pounds, 92% health. So we're getting a little bit higher health rating, but the growth rate isn't significant. So it really depends, like I said, if you want slurry or if you want manure. And it's looking like the yield for slurry is almost double what you get with manure. Plus you don't have the extra work of collecting straw and placing it. If you were to bale your straw and sell it, I'm going to say you're probably going to come out better than this. Don't quote me, I'm not looking at actual numbers, but it looks like to me that using straw, unless you just really want manure instead of slurry, is not all that beneficial. So it seems like we're getting pretty consistent results day by day. At this point, we're just going to keep moving forward until they either reach a weight where they quit growing, or the age gets to a mature state. And I'm not sure how long that takes, so we might start skipping more than one day at a time. But I'm going to go ahead and take care of these animals a little bit longer and see how the progress goes and check back in once again. Alright guys, we are on day 7, I'm pretty sure it is. We started in late spring and we are in late autumn now. And we have officially got mature, I believe, fully grown pigs. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. And just as we expected, the same results we were getting kept going. But, you know, I'm still thoroughly surprised because we'll just get into it. With our low tier food, soybean, canola, sunflowers, they are 0.7 years, mature now, still at a 30% health, but their weight is at 151 pounds. Now we'll move up to the other low tier food, wheat and barley, same results, 30% health, 151 pounds. Now we move up to corn, which is the top tier food, and they're of course still at 50% health, and we're at 208 pounds, so a good 50, almost 60 pound jump from there. And now for the big boys, let's go without straw, 88% health, 308 pounds. So if you can afford to feed these animals all three types, that is definitely the way to go. Now for somebody doing a series like myself where animals is our only source of income, then you still may be able to be profitable just feeding them corn. But if not, you're better off probably just selling your grain until you can get all three types at one time. So for our final result, all three foods with straw, these ones were at 308 pounds, these ones are at 323 pounds, so about a 15 pound increase, which to me is very minimum, to be honest. 15 pounds for the extra work of providing them straw, the extra money, you know, you could have made off of that straw, and as I mentioned in the last clip, the amount of manure you get versus slurry is almost half. So if you're going to be using your slurry of manure for fertilizer or selling it at the BGA, in my opinion, I think you're actually better off not using straw for pigs. But as far as food goes, you need to feed them all three. Corn, I didn't do the math for how much you spend versus selling the corn, but we will go through and look at how much food we used for each of these animals. So we'll start with the low tier canola. We've only used a little over 400 liters, so we're at 20,583 left in the trailer. We were at 21,000 when we started. So very, very little food on that end. Same thing with the wheat, which is the middle tier, and we go to corn, and it's at 20,085, so almost 1,000 liters of corn, 4 or 5 pigs. Well, with that being said, you probably are profitable just doing corn, because they don't eat that much. Although we only have 5, that was only 1,000 liters to get them fully grown. So we'll move on to pig food. We used, say, 21,000, a little over 2,000 liters in both of them. So this is the one without straw, and this is the one with straw, and we used just a little over 2,000 liters of food. So with that being said, you guys can do a little bit of math if you want to, figure out what you think is the most profitable way, which is the easiest way, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Always have fun.